Welcome to Travelling Tides. Today's adventure takes us out to the reef with one main target in mind. Today we are hunting crayfish. With coral reef finfish and mackerel closures both in place, our sights are set on a species that hides deep in the dark caves of the reef. Tracking them down can be tricky, but as you'll see today, finding them is often the easy part. If you've ever wondered how we find, spear and retrieve crayfish from the reef, then this episode's for you. Unlike our more recent family adventures, this episode is all about the hunt. It's just Ryan and I searching deep caves in the rocky reef for a feed of crayfish and any of the very few fish that we can take with the closures on. By the end of the day, we'll see our catch go from reef to table, but the clock is ticking. We need to be back on land in time for Arlington's school pickup. So let's dive straight into it. It doesn't take long for Ryan to vanish into a few caves and spot the first cray of the day. But getting this one out won't be easy, and we're not sure yet if it'll be coming home with us.
This here is a marker I thought we'd go and check. It's a good bommy. I've come here quite often over the years for crays. It's got a cave in it. You see I have a look here, poke my head in. It's hard to see here, but right up the back it's like 4 metres in. I can see actually a nice cray up the back there. Just trying to get my head around as to if I can even shoot it or if it's worth having a shot at. I can see one. It's right up the back. It's a long way up. I go back down for a second look and then decide it's probably better to come around from the other side. I know you can get into the cave, but it's quite deep and it's a long way in to get your body in there, and I actually decide to try around the other side. You can see here I squeeze myself right up in the back of the cave and I put the gun in on the side, try and get a good shot. I try and get myself out here and just let the gun go. It's still on there. I didn't want to pull it too hard. Sometimes when you pull them, try and force them out, the shaft will pull out and they end up going right at the back and dying and you lose them. Just be careful pulling it out. Mon sees me coming up, so she takes a quick dive down just to suss out the situation. Goes down there and has a look and sees that the cray has actually gone in a fair way and he's caught up. She knows not to pull too hard on the shaft. I go down again, have a good look, follow the line in, see where he is, have a bit of a play with it to see if I can get him out easy enough. Like right over here. Might be able to just put that gun on free spool. Might be able to pull it through this way. Just ask Mon to go down and put the reel in a free spool. When I do get it and swim to the surface, it's not going to try and pull the whole gun through the bommy. That was a pretty hard job. That was a long way in the back of that cave. I didn't even know if it was worth trying to shoot it, but I got a shot on it and you'll probably see in the footage, but it's a pretty big gun to get it out. Sort of not that I do that, it's very easy to, you can just go down and pull it and it undoes. But you can shoot a big fish and it's too cold, so it's good to be able to go down and quickly undo that knot. Pull a fish or cray out of a hole and then swim up with your spear.
First one, nice beautiful cray. There he is. He will be dinner. Ryan spotted another cray deep in this cave covered in soft corals. I dive down for a look, but his eyes and breath hold are much better than mine.
Okay.
I'm so buoyant, I need another weight.
I'll go with the big gun through here. I think it's right at the back. Try to get myself right in there to get a good enough shot. You can see him slightly to the right there.
Absolute cracker of a day out here today. We're just sneaking around in the shallows, looking for any bommies that might hold a cray. Just seeing a couple of bommies we want to have a dive on. What are we looking for?
Hey, right under that rock.
Right.
That's it.
Are you joking?
Hey?
Are you just talking about the rock or the cray?
Hey there. Swim around this bommy, checking all the little nooks and crannies. Down in that corner there, I looked to my left and there I could actually see just the feelers sticking up. There's that little gun off. See what I can do. I knew it was going to be a difficult shot. Got myself in there as far as I could and actually could see the cray in a tiny little hole and could just get a shot on him. He backs himself further up in the cave there. I try not to pull on the line too hard, otherwise the shaft will just pull out. Mon spots him down in a hole alongside this bommy a bit further, so try not to panic and just going to try and get my hands in there, turn him around and pull him out. Have to play around for a bit. Turn him around, pulled him out. An actual shaft came out of him here. The Mon luckily dives down and grabs him before he takes off into the distance. Good work. Hey. Oh.
Jesus, what are you doing? Putting your fingers in his mouth?
Yeah, I was going to show where I got bitten that time. I actually got bitten by a cray years ago in the mouth here.
Don't put your finger in there.
That's actually like a big crusher where they crush shells and stuff, so be careful. I passed one up to the boat like this once, didn't realise that it nearly bloody took my thumb off. It was quite surprising. Everyone thought it was funny, except for me.
Just had to put another weight on my weight belt because I was getting a bit chilly in my lycra wetsuit skin, so I put on my wetsuit top, but it was making me too buoyant, so it's a bit harder to work to get down. I just had a couple of dives on a cray that I found. By the time I got back down to it again, it had disappeared. So no crays for me, 3 crays for Ryan so far, although I did play a big role in getting one of those, so I'm not totally useless. Our last dive of the day takes us into slightly deeper water, where Ryan has one final target in mind, a reef jack, possibly hiding in a cave within this bommy. After several dives, Ryan finally spots a jack tucked deep in a large cave. He lines up his shot, but with the safety on, he has to resurface and prepare for another attempt. With a few pesky sharks circling, he needs to make the shot count and stone it instantly.
Ooh. Still in there.
On his next dive, he waits patiently. Holding steady as the jack swims back into view. Well done, honey. Keep it out of the water. There's 3 sharks there now.
Oh, Dad actually managed to score me off a jack. Went to a spot that I've been before, and I've actually shot on here before. And yeah, you can keep these on the pinfish clothes, so that's a bit of a bonus. Wasn't expecting to find one, but good size. 2 sharks hanging around. Just got to make sure I got a good shot on, stoned him. Add that Tedeschi. Couple of crays.
Just in time to pick the little fella up from school. Poor little thing didn't even know that we went out without him today. Okay, we're just taking all of the cray tails off the crays. So you can see here we've already taken this one here off. I'll just do this one here, so I'm just going to tuck in behind its head. I had to go put some gloves on because these things are pretty spiky. Going behind here. Pretty easy to cut that. And then just give it a good twist. It just comes straight out. There we go, and there's a little tail that we can tuck up into a little ball and wrap it in glad wrap, which I'll do them in a sec. The other thing we're going to do then is just keep all these legs, which I'll rip off. Might need big guns over there to help me in a minute.
Show you how it's done.
Show me how it's done. Little balls of lovely cray. It's a nice big one.
I was just at school. So, finally back home. Bye.
I start by steaming the crayfish horns for 2 minutes before adding the legs, which only takes another 2 or 3 minutes to cook. Once they're done, we ice them down to keep that perfect texture. With friends joining us for dinner, the legs and horns make a perfect entree, served chilled with apple cider vinegar and cracked black pepper for dipping. For the tails, we cut them in half and place them on the barbecue, cooking them shell side down until they're almost done. I'm going to flip these now. Okay, alright. We'll try the cray. Someone's doing a burn out in the street.
Mate, you got some food on your nose.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're about to get it off. Is it there still?
That's got it.
We got a bit of shallot. Okay, try this cray. Looks pretty good. In the middle of cooking it, we actually ran out of gas, so I can't tell you exactly how long it took to cook, but I'd say about 15 minutes and a turn at the end. Perfect. As the day winds down and we share our catch with friends, I'm reminded of why we create these videos. Not just to share our adventures, but to capture memories we'll cherish for years to come. Whether it's our family adventures with Arlington or a day like today, these experiences are what we live for. So if you've enjoyed this video, we'd love for you to join us on our journey. Hit subscribe to follow along with more adventures, and give this video a like to let us know that you're enjoying what we share. Your support truly means a lot to us.